Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a brand new video today. And today, I am back, ladies and gents, with another brand new video. First video I've done in probably about 1 week now. I've just come off holiday yesterday, getting back from Paris, London, off Eurostar. Brilliant way to travel Eurostar. Highly recommend them, by the way, for anyone who loves trains and loves travelling abroad in quick, comfortable style. It's the perfect way to go abroad, I think, personally myself, after using them for the last week. But today we are back, with a brand new video. And by the way, I am going to do a video on my Paris trip, because there's so much. In fact, my France trip, there was so much that I did whilst over there. I saw the Notre Dame, the Eiffel Tower, the Cinque, I think it's called, the Arc de Triomphe, had frog legs, had snails, steak tartare. It was beautiful whilst over there. And the weather weren't too bad also. And also saw in Rouen the Amada, which obviously is a festival that takes place every 4 years in Rouen regarding boats and all of that. So, it was a great holiday, nice week away from life, normal life. And now coming back to normal life now, which I'm glad to be back, but highly thankful I had the opportunity to go out to France for a week and have a wonderful time exploring so many new foods and meeting a lot of new people. Bumped into someone, a lovely person who loves Sebastian Vettel just like myself. Whilst over there, there's so much to say and to talk about, and saw probably the best view I've ever seen in my life. May not be the best view you ever see or seen, but certainly the best I've ever seen, which was unreal. So really, really lovely. But I will put that all into one video, for you guys to see what I mean, and I hope you'll enjoy that. But today we are back with a time trial video on F1 2018 for the 2019 French Grand Prix preview. Modern car versus classic car. And technically this is a special episode today, because we've got quite a few teams actually that will be taking part in today's episode. And I'll just show you what teams will be taking part. So Red Bull Racing, because Pierre Gasly, a French driver, of course. Renault Sport, the only French team in Formula 1. And Haas F1, because of Romain Grosjean, of course. They are also, in a way, now associated with that French flag. So many different, 3 teams today taking part in today's video, and we'll see which one does the quickest lap around the circuit of France, I guess. I don't know the circuit name, but yeah. And we're still going to pick a few random cars today. We're going to do the 82 McLaren, the 2003 Williams, and the 2010 Red Bull. So yeah, 2 Red Bulls taking on each other, more or less, and yeah, we'll see. First up though is the classic cars. So we'll start with the 1982 McLaren. Obviously this was one of Niki Lauda's last World Championship winning cars. Sadly, Niki lost his life only a couple of weeks ago. Well, less than a month ago now, still sadly, which is a great shame, a great loss to the Formula One paddock, of course, undoubtedly, and will be truly missed, and still is truly missed. Never, you can't replace a guy like Nicky. You just can't replace him, no matter what you do. Nicky's just one of them characters, one of them people that is irreplaceable, especially in the Formula One paddock. So, we'll get into today's video anyway. So, let's see what this McLaren can do. And before we get into it, of course, we'll just have a look at the car. And you can see, at this time in Formula One, cars are becoming a lot more technically advanced. Really fat rear wheels. You can see now where the design's all going, and everything. Front wings and rear wings still pretty damn basic, especially compared to today's standard. Okay, and yeah, you know, it's a real difference to what we've got now in Formula One. And even the way you drive this car, it's different compared to the way you may drive a modern F1 car. You know, it's all about throttle application, being so precise in the steering column and all of that. So let's get down into turn 1 then, shall we? And yeah, see what this car's made of. For the first time, rear snapping out on us just a little bit, so getting a bit of rear oversteer through turn 1, out turn 2 though quite nicely. Then we come down into turn 3, okay, and slide the car through turn 4, get a narrow line, make sure you don't hit back for turn 5, sometimes that happens. Luckily not getting a penalty there, or impeachment should I say. Then out down the main straight. Now just let the car use all its might. I'll just let you listen to that engine. Beautiful sound that is, must be said. Then we come now into this fast sweeping right-hander. Flat out in a normal Formula 1 car in 2018 for sure, and probably in later years, and also certainly flat out in this. However, certainly not going to be carrying the same speed though, nonetheless, through this lovely turn. Favourite corner for mine on the circuit here. I do like this circuit, must be said. It's like a real roller coaster, in all honesty, and that's what I like about it, is that roller coaster factor. Through final turn then, and I'm gonna go for a second lap because I do think there is time in the tank here, ladies and gents. Only turn 1, there is almost half a second up. Getting impeached. We'll see what this lap would have been though. Now, I want to make an announcement today. There will be a career mode, obviously, as you guys already know, okay, on F1 2019, okay? But, okay, I will not be returning modern car versus classic car in 2019, as this will be the last. We're going to do a different series now. I'm going to start a F1 2019, okay, modern car versus, or F1 car versus F2 car, okay, to see really the difference track to track. What really is the difference between Formula 2 and Formula 1? We always think Formula 1's the pinnacle of motorsport, of course. We know it is, but how much does that mean in terms of time per circuit? You know, and I think that'd be the interesting thing to see. Okay, ladies and gents, on, you know, the game, I think, to see what they say is a representable time from each series. So, right, we're going to now jump into the 2003 Williams. Okay, so we set a 151.8. We'll remember the 8-bit anyway. So 151.8 is the time to beat. Okay, I'm pretty sure all the cars coming next will beat it anyway. Okay, the only competition where I see the cars coming from today is going to be that, what you call it, the modern cars, of course. So 2003 Williams now, 3 flying laps in this before we get into the 2010 Red Bull. And yeah, we'll see which one is faster. Right, our final corner, up through the line, into turn 1 as we now come down the hill. This lap's a write-off anyway. I love the engines back in this era. They sounded fantastic, has to be said. They screamed at you, these engines did. Right, second attempt. This car isn't going to be as quick in the corners, but down this straight, this is where this car, I expect to be just in a league of its own. The mirrors were a lot more accessible or visible back in the day. Right, yeah. Drivers would complain about vibrating doing them mainly. As an excuse to, how can you put it, put your opponent in the wall. Alright, that was a nice turn 1 and turn 2. Much happier with it, the way it worked out that time. Oh, much happier with that exit overall. And now just let the car take us into the next corner, more or less. As I say, it's the downforce levels that just aren't the best on this car. Amazing car though. And it understeers a lot. So a 134.5, so a 151 from the 1982 McLaren, a 154.5 from the 2003 Williams. So yeah, roughly what's that? Oh, just under 15 seconds, just over actually, sorry. Now time to see what the Red Bull 2010 can do. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting, I guess. And yeah, then we've got 3 more cars to come up, obviously, and we'll see how they all get along, of course, in a moment's time. But first, we'll do our lap in the Red Bull racing car, of course. This car, is going to be the car that probably is very much going to be most capable of maximising itself around the corners here. Here we go then. Down into turn 1. Obviously, engine power not quite the same when you compare it to the Williams, and big snap of oversteer from the rear. Right. We'll go again. I know if we can get a good lap hooked up, this will be a very good lap, trust me, but it's about getting that lap hooked up here. Sorry about the spins. This is my second favourite F1 car, by the way, or third actually. The 2011 is my second favourite. The 2013 Red Bull is my favourite Red Bull of all time. Of course, being a Vettel fan. Right, into turn 1. Through turn 2, and you can just see how much we gain on the Williams in that sector. Just spun it. Go on to like the curb there, and it just spat me off, which wasn't nice. This car, I think, is quite sensitive to the curbs. You'll be quite also smooth maybe on the power, bit more progressive. Invalid lap for that, for crying out loud. We haven't even, I don't think we've completed half a lap yet, which is a bit annoying. Right. Fourth or fifth time lucky. What are we on now? Right, this is where we're gonna lose a heap load of time. But then gain it back here. And then we'll lose it again on the exit. But we're gonna now start gaining. I think this is where the sector will come good. Ah! Balls. Had to catch a half slider there. It's such a hard car to drive. I say this is going to be the most easiest one, turning out to be most difficult. Right, we'll give it one more attempt in the Red Bull before we just move on. Want to get a lap pin. At least. Alright, let's go. Already getting a slide, huge power slide. Front's just not gripping enough. Around the low speed it's really good, but high speed for whatever reason front's just not gripping. We'll see if we can go any faster. Yeah, it's just not making up enough time in the corners, unfortunately. Right, so a 1:36. Then. Right, now let's move on to the modern cars, shall we? So first up, we'll do the Haas, driven by Roman Grosjean and Kevin Magnussen. Obviously, so yeah, you know, we're about to find out what this car can do, of course. And hopefully it can obviously do a rather decent job for us today. This car, we're about to find out. We are, of course. But of course, this is a big if, of course. Right. So, in qualifying, okay, I'd expect 28s around here. I'm gonna say 28 point something. Let's see. Down into turn 1. By the way, I have done personal best, so I don't expect to beat my personal best in a Ferrari. Especially not in the Haas. But if we can get within a reasonable time, Delta to the Ferrari, maybe 2 seconds, I'll be pretty happy with that. Alright, 1.7 down off the middle sector, so losing 7/10 in this middle. Gonna go for a second lap. Way too far down to be satisfied with that. But 133.1. Just under 8 temps down. As I say, 2 seconds is the aim, roughly. But we're around 1.1. So pretty decent at this point. About half a second up. The 2.1. I think there's a little bit more. This is though the final lap. Trying to power my way out of some of these corners on this final push lap. Ah, that's gone. Alright, 2.1. Then for the Haas down on the Ferrari. Next up is the Renault, the only French team in Formula 1, so yeah, that's around 2 seconds already faster, okay, than the 2003 Williams. Already 4 seconds a lap faster than the Red Bull, and practically nearly 20 seconds faster than the 1982 McLaren. So already we're that far ahead in modern age Formula 1. Right. Hopefully this will be a lot closer to the Ferrari. In terms of engine power, I'm not too sure. Cornering speed, 50-50. But down into turn 1 anyway. Turn 2. Already 4 tenths, only is the difference. So already about 2 tenths of an improvement in this car. It's straights where I'm feeling like we're going to lose out the most time at the moment, but nonetheless we're doing rather good. Still approximately 2 tenths ahead at this point in the lap, so fairly decent so far. Going up to the line. There we go. 2 tenths quicker than that. Seems fairly consistent with, well, I wouldn't say what's expected, but I guess how maybe the cars are. This will be probably our final lap if we don't improve massively. So 7 tenths up. Around 3 tenths. And 32 flat. I think that's a pretty decent half a second improvement on the Haas overall. That is pretty decent for that, I feel. And next up is the Red Bull, okay, that Pierre Gasly, or the team that Pierre Gasly currently drives for, of course. So, yeah, half a second up then there, which I think is pretty good over the Haas, considering the Haas, I think, has more engine, well, it does have more engine power, that's a fact. So, yeah, pretty nice. To be that much up. And finally we get on to the Red Bull racing car, and this is an Adrian Newey design car. Is it the only car that could compete with, I guess, Ferrari and Mercedes? I would say so, yes. But here we go, out of the final turn, down into turn 1. Right, now opening up DRS. Of course, the gaps are going to be probably within a second, I would say. Wouldn't say anything more than a second or anything less. That'll be the difference. But yeah, this, by the way, this will be the final time we do Modern Car versus Classic Car on my channel. We're gonna do next F1 versus F2 car, so obviously that'll be coming to the channel alongside career mode, of course. Cannot wait till then. Cannot actually wait till the game comes out. Next Tuesday it comes out for myself. I get it, so can't wait to receive a copy of the game. Of course, it'll be pretty exciting to think that the new game, well, this game came out a year ago, roughly 9 months ago, and 9 months later we're now on the verge of another new game. Pretty insane how time flies. But not only are we on the verge of another new game, we're also, in a way, at the start and on the verge of a new century. Decade. As well, 2020. I feel like this is fitting for Codemasters. Hopefully this game will not disappoint. In all honesty, F1 2018 hasn't disappointed, I don't think. Whilst yes, it's still, you can feel, let's say, not near that 2010 aspect of maybe game quality, but in terms of everything else, it's unbelievably good. Unbelievably good as a game. It's fun, it's entertaining, it's good. It's a really decent game. Like, you know, the game we're gonna have in F1 2019 looks just that next step, I think. That next step. And it's not a small step, by no means. In fact, it doesn't look small anyway. It looks quite a reasonable sized step, you know. It's quite a big step actually from Codemasters. 5 years ago, Codemasters were probably on the brink of going bust, I would say, in terms of with Formula 1 games. The tunnel was very doom and gloom for Codemasters, I would have said. And now there is 100% light at the end of the tunnel. You know, it was like, yeah. And that's nice, I think. Right, this will be the final attempt, ladies and gents. I'm not going to even try it after this anymore. I'm getting a bit bored of. One lap in this Red Bull. Let's nail it. And let's say goodbye to a game that's delivered so many times for myself personally. Thank you, F1 2018. there we go. That's it. That's the way we're going to end it. Thank you F1 2018, thank you Codemasters for delivering such a fantastic game. And in a few days now time, we'll be on the next one. I will be doing other videos until then. Race reaction on Monday, of course. I may do a review reflection game on, or a reflection on F1 2018. And talk about talking points for F1 2019 and beyond, of course. And yeah, until then, thank you. I hope you've had a good week, obviously. I know I have out in France, so hope you've all also had a good week, and see you all next time for another video. Until then, please subscribe, like and share. See you all next time.